The proposed site is located at Pantai CHERUK PALOH, which is in Kuantan, Pahang, known for the beauty of their sea. CHERUK PALOH is a small village situated about 38 km south from Kuantan town and 14 km north of downtown Pekan. The nearest village is Kampung Hijrah, which is at the southwest from the seaside. CHERUK PALOH, known by the visitors as one of the good areas for fishing. It is also an active site for coconut tree cultivation done by the locals. Most of the houses in the village is a sole proprietorship of the owners. This is the key plan and location plan of CHERUK PALOH. The site is located at the northern part of Kampung Hijrah. The area of the site is 4,000 meters squares with a dimension of 80,000 millimeters times 50,000 millimeters. These are the southwest and southeast elevations. Northwest and northeast. These are the sections. Here is the SWOT analysis for the site. The strength is easy for the sea turtle to be transferred to the center. The weakness is no main road to access directly into the site, and the opportunity that can be made at the site is suitable development center for the turtle rehabilitation center, and the threat is the sightings of wild animals such as tigers, monkeys, tung-tung, lizards and pelanduk. For the synthesis, at this site area, we propose the build-up area because there are shadings from trees. The trees can also be into the design, and the site is using suitable ground for structure and far from high tides. Next, moving on to the climate. This site plan of the proposed site, and it shows the wind direction at night, which comes from the northeast, and wind direction during the day, which comes from the southwest. For the temperature, the graph shows the temperature gradually increasing from January to April, and it reached 31 degrees Celsius. The graph remains constant until September, and it fluctuates till the end of the year. Next, the graph illustrates the monthly rainy days occur in Kuantan. The months with the highest rainfall rates are January and November, which is over 15 days. Same goes to the last 3 months in a year. For the wind speed, the most windy month is in January, followed by February and March. From April to December, the wind speed remains constant. The climate in Kuantan is hot, oppressive and overcast. Over the course of the year, the temperature typically varies from 74 degree Fahrenheit to 90 degree Fahrenheit and is rarely below 71 degree Fahrenheit or above 90 degree Fahrenheit. Based on the Bishop Pool score, the best time of the year to visit Kuantan for hot weather activities is from mid-January to late March. The least humid month is July with 82% and the most humid month is January with 85%. Kuantan has high humidity throughout the year. In the morning, the shadow casts towards southwest, and in the evening towards southeast. SWOT for the climate. The strength is that the wind flows almost all the time of the year. There are trees to reduce the strong wind coming from southwest. The weaknesses: heavy rain causes soil erosion, being exposed to a lot of sunlight to the east in the morning since there are no trees. The opportunity: good natural ventilation coming from the sea, and also a long period of sunshine will help the solar system to be more efficient. The threat is exposure to natural disasters such as tsunami as the site is very close to the sea. Synthesis for the climate. The first one, building orientation must react to the wind source and sunlight. Secondly, wider opening towards northeast and southwest for good natural ventilation. Thirdly, apply strong foundation system and roof structure. Next, use suitable roof for tropical climates such as concrete roofing. And the last one, plant trees on the northeast to reduce excessive sun rays and to have a natural sun shading.
Getaran jiwa melanda hatiku, tersusun nada.
Moving on to the sensory part, the location of the site is surrounded by nature, which is the beach and trees. The sounds of the wave that soothes our mind from the northeast side. Unfortunately, in the southwest part, the bad smell from the litter by the irresponsible people. For the strength, surrounding around the proper site provides a very pleasant view. For the weakness, public littering around the area. Then, we found out that lots of trees that could act as natural buffer zone.
Dan lagu walau hanya sederhana tetapi tak.
Next, photosynthesis provide more openings at the northeast for the best view and sounds. Then, provide more bins near the beach to ensure the cleanliness of the beach. Then, plant more trees for natural buffer zone to block noise and bad smell. For the culture, Kuantan's ethnic background is a blend of Chinese, Malay, Indian and several indigenous tribes. The Malays are the predominant ethnic group and make up most of the state's population. Religiously, the state is made up of Muslim, Buddhist and Hindus. Penor, Kuantan is heavily influenced by Islam due to the Malay majority. And for the occupation, in the Kampung Hijrah area, there are not many job opportunities for the people around the area. So, a significant number of them reserved to independent jobs such as being a fisherman, farmers, and the majority being hawkers and street vendors through the area. Then for the activities, visitors can enjoy a wide range of activities, especially around the beautiful beach of Kampung Hijrah. One of the main activities is fishing, which can either be from the shore or boat rides offered by locals around the area. Besides that, visitors can also go for camping and picnic under the sun while enjoying the beautiful sceneries as they go sightseeing along the beach. Next, we move to zoning and neighborhood contacts. The shown contacts are within 2.5 km and we have divided into several categories. First, government building and public utilities, which are including TODM Air Force Shooting Range and Klinik Desa CHERUK PALOH. Next, residential building. There are some villages near the proposed site, which are Kampung Tebing Tinggi, Kampung CHERUK PALOH, and the nearest is Kampung Hijrah. For the commercial building, there are also grocery shop, mini-mart and food stalls around the site. The site is also close to INOSEM IIUM and others educational building including Tabika Kemas CHERUK PALOH, SK CHERUK PALOH and Madrasah Kamaliyah. The site also near to tourism area such as Sarjana Villa and Villa Kucinta. Next, there is As-Sakinah Training and Camp Center as recreational building, and lastly, there are religious building near the site which include Surah Al-Hijrah and Masjid CHERUK PALOH. For the SWAT, firstly, the site is located near to many facilities. One of the strengths, it will be easier for the Muslim worker or user to go out for the prayer. And also, it will become an opportunity for the site to become an attraction for the outsider and also local people to come. The weakness is the site is not accessible by public transport, and based from the hit village, there are wild animals like tiger and monkeys near the area. Then for the synthesis, firstly, provide broader routes and entrance for the vehicle to enter the proper site. Next, by providing welcoming and relaxing space for the local community and tourists to visit the rehabilitation center. And lastly, provide fence to secure the site from the wild animals.
Moving on to the circulation. We can get to the site by two different access which are from Kuantan and also Pekan. The access from Kuantan, Jalan Gambang or Route 2 is the main road that will be taken to reach to the destination. With a distance of 35.9 kilometers, it is about 34 minutes of trip is consumed from Kuantan to INOSEM. The second access is from Pekan, which is 28.9 kilometers away from INOSEM. The estimated time taken for the trip is 29 minutes through the main road Jalan Pekan Kuantan. To access the proposed site from INOSEM, it takes about 0.78 kilometers for the visitors to reach there. Based on the studies, the circulation strength is that it is accessible through both land and water routes. Secondly, there is no serious traffic congestion occurred at the main road due to its location that is far from the cities. The weaknesses are there are only narrow roads that available from the main road to Inosam. No proper pathway for vehicle to access to the proposed site from Inosam, small directional signage that showing the way to the site, and also lack of lighting along the main road. For the opportunity, the water transportation can be used as another way to go to the proposed site, besides using the land road as the site is at the coastal area. The threat of the site is that the rain and scorching sunlight exposure to the pedestrian and low safety level at the road, especially during the night due to the lack of street lights. Last but not least, the synthesis to improve is to provide a proper pathway for both vehicles and pedestrians to ease the access to the site, provide parking area and bus stop near the site, install enough and appropriate amount of street lights all the way to the proposed site, and use a larger and more attractive signage to indicate the visitors the way to the site. Moving on to the topography, it can be seen that our site is approximately 21 feet above the sea level. Referring to the topography map, we came up with a section cut that shows our site is a flat land terrain surrounded with trees and beach. We also found out that the type of soil in our proposed site are medium, fine and coarse sand that can determine suitable foundation to build the rehabilitation center. Now, we will continue to the natural features. Since the proposed site is located at the beach where it is surrounded by the woods, there are few types of trees that can be found near to the site, which include sea apple tree, rue tree, fragrant screw pine and palm tree. Besides, there are also some others of natural features that can be found. For instance, long-tailed macaque and bay hops and driftlock which can be seen on the ground. However, the site doesn't have any man-made features since it is surrounded by trees which are nearby the beach. Moving on to the SWOT analysis, we found out that the strength here is the site already have a good shading from the trees that exist there, which provides fresh and clean air. However, the weakness here is that the trees around the site may lead to difficulty in constructing the rehabilitation center, and the soil friction will cause erosion. For the opportunity, the building would have a good nature setting with all the trees at the site, and the nature setting is more effective for the turtles to lay eggs because there will be lesser distractions. The threat here is that the visitors might get attacked from the monkeys and flood risk will happen at certain times. Therefore, in the site synthesis, there is a suggestion to provide pathway to ease the visitors' access to the rehabilitation center. In addition, the attack from wild animals can be avoided by adding fences around the site so that they cannot come in. Another suggestion that can be applied at night is to add more source of lights, not only for safety but also to enhance the beauty of the site. And the last one, due to the soil condition in our proposed site, we suggested to use stem wall foundation as it can prevent flood because the stem wall is higher than the ground level, and the compacted soil under the stem wall makes the foundation more stable and secure.
For the spaces and circulation inside the building, the spaces is divided by 4, which is public, semi-public, private, and outdoor. Moving on to the space planning synthesis, firstly, the entrance of the building can be accessed from any direction of the site. Next, hatchling area should be placed nearby to the beach for the turtle release activity. The last synthesis is public space must be located at the center of the building for easy access.
The purpose of this project is to design a suitable structure in rehabilitating sea turtles with an injury or a disability. It is important to consider all environmental factors that can aid in the rescue, rehabilitating, and release of turtles back to the sea. Here are a few conclusions that we have derived from our analyses. The site placement on land instead of water is more suitable a location for rehabilitating sea turtles. The relocation of trees will positively filter some of the prevailing winds and provide natural shade for the building. The building orientation towards the northeast and southwest direction is best for optimal ventilation and for avoiding glare. The choice of concrete as the construction material is due to its natural resistance to wind and flood, which is preferable for coastal areas. Stem wall foundation is best as it is stronger and more stable. A proper signage and pathway leading to the site is necessary for easy locating and access. A high fence should be installed around the proposed site to protect the building from threats such as wild animals.
That's all from us. Thank you.